Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another book haul. This is book haul number 2 for August. I think I might have 4 because I haven't done a book haul in a while and I've been on a book buying frenzy. So this I got at Chapters and it is 2 books in one. This was re-released. I think I only paid like $11 though. And it is The Archive and the Unbound. Plus it has a short story novel inside by Victoria Schwab. I've been wanting to read this forever, and where I got both books in one, it's been republished in this, and I love this edition. It's so nice. So there's that one there. Really don't know what it's about. I haven't read a Victoria Schwab book yet. I have pretty much all her books, but I'm going to start reading them soon. And so I just want to get ready because I know that once I start loving an author, I just binge read all their books. Now this is Alexandra Bracken, The Darkest Legacy. This is the second part of the Darkest Mind series, which The Darkest Mind is coming out, I think today, maybe on August 3rd. So sometime in August. So I figured I would start getting the second series. I have the full series. I don't have the novella, but I have the full series. Oh, I love the new ones though. Ugh. I have the old covers, but so that I can start collecting them. So then when I'm done that and all these are published, then I'll have them. This is something I think about kids that got sick and then they got powers or something. So I am anxious to read that. This is a new novel. I just got it today and it's called Fox by Nadine Brandis. And I just heard a few people talk about this and I can't wait. It's some kind of fantasy. I don't know if this is a series. If it's a series, I'll just put it on my shelf and stare at it until all the books are done. But if it's a standalone, I'm going to read it soon. Now, this is another one that I got yesterday. It's called Heart of Thorns by Bree Barton. Now, it actually has some raised stuff on it. I know this is something about all her life she's been trained to hunt these, can't remember what they're called, Grorax. And then all of a sudden her father decides that she needs to get married, and just before she does get married she figures out that she has the same powers as the Gorax. And this is a trilogy, so I'll just collect them and then once it's done I'll binge read them. Now this one I have absolutely no idea what it's about. I figured it's an adult contemporary, but I figured it had to do about bookshops, and I just love the cover. So I got that at Costco. The Bookshop of Yesterdays by Amy Meyerson. So don't know what it's about, but I figured it was about books. So now I got this. I've already read the first. This is the there's a trilogy in here from A Wrinkle in Time. So it has 3 books. So I did read A Wrinkle in Time. And then eventually I'll read book 2 and book 3. I think there's more than 3 books though. So I'll just read them. I also did get the movie, and so I'll watch the movie too. And then I'll just keep reading it. It's a quick read. And it's a middle grade book. And it was the 50th anniversary edition. So I got that at Book Outlet and it was super cheap. Now, I got this a few months ago. I think it came out in January. But it's The Bells by Donielle Clayton. And I know it's about these girls that are able to make people that are gray, give them beauty. And that's about all I know about it. I know this is a series, so I'll wait till, you know, it's closer for the series to be done before I start reading it. But I like to collect them until that way I only have to get one at a time. This is The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman. This is a book that I saw Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, or just Sarah Swan here on YouTube, or scrapbooking, but she also has a booktube called Sarah's Nightstand. She talked about this, And she hasn't read it yet, but apparently it's really super good. So I saw it for super cheap, so I went ahead and got it. This is Reign the Earth by A.C. Goggin. And I know it's elemental magic. And that's all I know about it. It's a series, so I'm going to wait till they're closer to being all done, and then I'll read it. This one I got yesterday. It's These Rebel Ways by Sarah Rosh. I know it's some kind of fantasy. I read her first series, Snow Like Ashes. So like I said, if I like an author's first books, then I don't mind getting their other books, even though I don't know what they're about, because if I like their writing style, then chances are I'm going to like their books. So this one here is A Trader's Game by Jennifer Nielsen. I really don't know what this is about. I think it's some kind of fantasy. So I saw a few people talk about it, so I went ahead and got it. I always stock one book outlet, two chapters, and sometimes I'll have like 40% off, so then I grab the books. The Bird and the Blade by Megan Bannon. I saw Haley from Haley's Bookland talk about this, so it was on sale when she talked about it, so I got it right away. This I saw Lisa from Lisa Books and Smiles. I think that's what it's called. And she talks about this, Bridget Kemmerer, Letters to the Lost. And I've read quite a few other books that she talked about and I really loved. So as soon as she says that, you know, some books are good, I try to find them for, you know, super cheap. This I got at Book Outlet. So she had talked about this one. I think it was during the Contemporary-a-thon. She talked about a whole bunch of books that were contemporaries, and I bought a whole bunch of them. And I read like 6 of them, and I absolutely loved them all. So she talked about this one too, called Finding You by Lydia Albano. So all I know is that it's a contemporary. I got this at Book Outlet too, but it doesn't have a little dot, which is weird. But I got it on Book Outlet. I got it at the same time. And then I think maybe she talked about this one too. I can't remember. I Remember You by Kathleen David Bell. So this is again, I think it's just a contemporary. So I got that. I think this was Haley in Bookland talked about this one, Cure of the Common Universe, Christian McKay Heidecker. And I think this has to do with gaming. So I thought it's a contemporary. I thought I would get it. This I showed you in the last book haul. It's from The Queen's Thief. The first one is called The Thief, I think. So this is book, I think this is book 5 maybe. I think this is one of the newer one. Got it at Book Outlet, super cheap, Thick as Thieves. And I think that's a pretty long series. I think it has like 5 or 6 books. So if I can get them on Book Outlet, I certainly will. This is Shadow Song. It's how do you say that? It's a sequel, but it's not direct sequel. It's just in the same. The first one was Winter Song. This one is called Shadow Song by S.J. Jones. So I just wanted to get the whole series, and I think it's different characters, but it's a different, I think this is actually like a retelling. So I love retellings. So I got that. This again on Book Outlet, it looked like it was a thriller. Trust Me, I'm Trouble. I know nothing about it, and that's cool because I don't want to know anything about it when it's a thriller or a thriller. And then again, Reagan from Peruse Project. Talk about these, and they were on Book Outlet for super cheap. It's a Tamora Pierce Quartet. I don't know which one's the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one, but it's the Immortals. So there's the Realm of the Gods, Emperor Mage, Wolf Speaker, Wild Magic, and it is a middle grade series, and it is after Tempest and Slaughter. Tempest and Slaughter is the prequel to this, but you can read this first. So I got them all at Book Outlet, super cheap. I think they were only like $2 or $3 each. So I got that. Then I got another thriller, Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Don't know anything about it. I'm okay with that because it's a thriller. I don't want too much. The Wicked Deep by Shea Hernshaw. A lot of people are talking about this. It's like 3 witches that were, you know, killed, and then they come back every year and take over the body of 3 girls every year, and they drown 3 boys as a revenge. So heard a lot of people talk about it and that they really love it. The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This came out in January. I think this is a standalone, so I could read it. This is about a grandmother that writes books, and then she passes away. The mom and the daughter go over to her house. Then her mom gets taken away, and the daughter has to go in the Hazelwood to try to, you know, save her. And then this is the sequel to The Diabolic. Again, I got that on Book Outlet. It's called The Empress, S.J. Kincaid. So where I could get the sequel for super cheap, I definitely got it. Now, I read Gabrielle Zevin's first book, The Storied Life of A.G. Fickery, one of my favorite books of all time. So when I saw this on Book Outlet, Young Jane Young, and I saw Heather from Bookables talk about this, and she said she absolutely loved it. She loved it more than The Storied Life of A.G. Fickery. And actually, I know it's a contemporary. I don't know much about it. It's really thin. It's actually on my TBR for August, so I'll be reading that this month. And then a whole bunch of people are talking about this series. It's by Sylvain Nouvel, and I got the first 2 books. The third one has been released, but I can only get it in hardback right now, and the first 2 are in paperback, so I'll wait until the third one comes out in paperback. Now, my daughter's puppy got a hold of this one. I haven't even read it yet. It was still in the package, and he chewed it. I was not impressed. But anyway, so it's Sleeping Giant and Waking Gods, and the third one is Only Humans, so I'll wait till next year maybe to get it, and then I can binge read them. The last 2 books in this book haul, again, was from Lisa Books and Smiles. She talked about this, and this one is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and it's contemporary. I'll probably read it really soon because she said it was really good. And she also talked about this one, This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales, and again, a contemporary. Got it at Book Outlet. So that's it. That's all the books that I'll talk about in this book haul. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.